What's up, traders? Welcome to another video. I hope you made money last week, and if you didn't make money, just relax, don't worry. This week we're definitely going to make money. So over the course of last week, I was able to catch a trade on both gold and silver. And if you know gold, you know that gold and silver they move the same. They have similar structure. So if gold is buying, most likely silver is also going to be buying. So I was able to catch both trades on silver and on gold. And I want to break down how I took those trades. So as you can see right on my screen now, you see on gold has been bullish for quite some time now. Let me go to the weekly time frame. If you can see on the weekly time frame, okay, if you can see on the weekly time frame, price just tapped into the discount zone here. Price is in discount zone, and with the way price is moving, if I carry my favor and put it to this top here, because gold has been bullish, it has had a bullish rally before the meltdown to tap into this weekly discount zone. So price currently tapped into it, and my expectation for gold is that gold should be going to the all-time high too, because this will end the range of gold, because gold came down to the discount zone, swept this liquidity, tapped into the demand zone here, and we are pushing up. So gold is bullish, and if you go down to the daily too, you see that gold is currently bullish. This is the current structure of gold. Gold is currently bullish. Gold splashed down, and with what I'm saying, I'm expecting gold to go to the all-time highs. That is just the best explanation I can give concerning gold right now. So concerning the trade that I caught on gold, going down to the 4 hours, you will see that on these 4 hours now, you see that 4 hours is constantly giving higher highs and higher lows. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, give another higher high, came back to the higher higher low. Then we are supposed to take out this high, right? This high for gold, and that is exactly what happened. So concerning my trade now, as gold tapped into this discount zone, this was a trade that I was supposed to take, but you can see this was I was supposed to take. This was a trade I was supposed to take. This trade here, I was supposed to take this trade, but I think what happened was this was on Sunday with this massive dump. This was on Sunday, and you know, price opened with that gap. So price opened with a gap on Sunday, so I was not able to enter this trade. So I was constantly looking for buys on gold from Monday, Tuesday. I was looking for buys because I know price should take out this high. When it came down, yes, took out this it engineered liquidity, because these are engineered liquidity. If you know what engineered liquidity means, this is engineered liquidity. So now I'm expecting price to keep going up, and which is exactly what price did. As you can see, if I play the recording now, you see that gold kept going up. It took out that high. So once it took out that high, I was like, okay, what is going to happen now? That since gold is bullish, it should continue buying. I tried to look for buys to take it to this high, but I didn't get. I was just having constant missed entries, so I didn't get any buys to take me to this high. Yeah. So once price hits that high, I started looking for another entry on gold, which I saw this sweep here. This was a sweep. This sweep. So I saw this sweep of this low here, because price swept this low. Price swept this low, created an order block here. There is an order block, or a demand zone, whatever you want to call it. This is an order block, a demand zone here. I like to use the last candle before the impulse buy. This last candle. So this is what I used. I was expecting price to come down, come down to this my zone and keep on buying. This would be my stop loss, right? This would be my stop loss. This was the trade that I was expecting. So looking at it right now, you see that price started coming down, started coming down. but you will see price didn't come down to my entry. Now this is exactly what I was looking for, because once, if something about liquidity is that if price comes down to your entry without creating a liquidity or without having an inducement, because you see this order block now doesn't have an inducement, and once another block doesn't have an inducement, it is most likely not going to be respected, or that other block will be used as liquidity for the buy. So this other block doesn't have an inducement, and I was expecting price to engineer liquidity to take this buy. I didn't take it from here. I was expecting price to engineer this liquidity. So to create an engineered liquidity, that was I expecting, but price was supposed to create an engineered liquidity, which is exactly what it did. You will see price came back. It started. I thought that okay, price should, since they had created this liquidity, this was supposed to be my inducement here. This was supposed to be my inducement that price should come into, and price will tap into my zone and I will take it up. So you see that didn't happen. This was the setup here. I think my stop loss was about, I don't know, was it 30 pips? So I just say 30 pips, and this is my take profit at this point. So I was expecting price to engineer that liquidity, and let's see what happened. Price still went up. It didn't engineer. You will see that price didn't engineer this liquidity at all. It kept up going up. This was what confirmed the trade for me. When price came close to my POI, didn't tap into it, went back up. That is price doing what? That is price creating an engineered liquidity for it to tap into, for it to take out the people that are in that trade, tap into my POI, then keep on going up. So that is exactly what happened. As you can see, price just said, let me make it faster. You can see price tapped into it. Now price tapped into my POI. You can see price, this was on Thursday. Price tapped into that POI, and I was expecting price to keep moving to the upside, which is exactly what it did, but it didn't. Now it came down again. At this point I was like, okay, maybe price wants to start selling, maybe he's not going to respect this setup, but I decided to hold on. On Friday you will see that price just slashed my entry. That was how I banked a 1:3 hour on this trade. You can see this was the engineered liquidity. Price just did a very simple thing. Price engineered the liquidity closest to the to my POI. Understand? So that is just how I caught this trade on XAU. And on XAG, it was quite similar to this trade on XAG. So let us go to XAGUSD. So this is XAGUSD. This is silver, and as you can see, price kept on breaking structure, giving higher highs and lower highs, just like XAUUSD, just like gold. It just kept on giving higher highs and higher. So I was waiting price to come down to this point here, then keep on buying. So if you go to the 1 hour time frame, because I mostly take my trade on the 1 hour 30 minutes time frame, now you see that there is a demand zone or other block, whatever you want to call it. There is a demand zone here, but just like XAUUSD, there is no inducement close to the zone. There's no inducement close to the zone. So what I did was I just drew out my POI, drew out this demand zone, and waited for price to react around it, if it's going to engineer a liquidity or create inducement before making, because like this is not a valid POI, it's just a POI, it's not really valid. So what makes a valid POI, a valid order block, a valid whatever POI you're using, what makes it valid is what makes a valid order block is having an inducement close to it. So that's just exactly what I was. So I waited for price to come to my POI. Now you can see exactly at this point I was like, okay, is price going to leave me and go? But I was pretty sure of one thing, that if price is going to leave me, I should just mark down this other block. Price is either going to make this an inducement, either one of this is going to happen. Price is going to make this an inducement, go up, then come down to make this low an inducement before going up, or price is going to do something like this, go up, not break this high, go up, not without breaking this high, go up, then come down to engineer this liquidity and keep on buying. That is exactly what I was expecting price to do. So as you can see, this is something. Okay, price started coming down, started going up. So I was expecting price now to, at this point, yes. Okay, my POI was here. I think this is where my POI was. Or where was it? Let me go to the 30 minutes. No, it was on the 30 minutes that I had my POI set. Sorry, it was on the 30 minutes. This was where my POI was, on the 30 minutes demand zone. On the 30 minutes, yeah. So price got very, very close to my POI at this point here. This is the inducement. Yeah, price got very close to it, and I'm expecting price to either engineer liquidity or basically form an inducement. So you can see price didn't break this high. It didn't break it. This high wasn't broken. So this is basically an engineered liquidity. Price came back to my POI zone, engineered that liquidity, and I had my entry at this point here. Add my entry at this point here. And I was targeting this high, or 1:3. I was like, okay, price should give 1:3 at least, you know. So price came back and tapped into my POI and kept on going up, which is valid, which is what makes that POI valid. So as you can see, price tapped into my POI and was about to keep on going up. So let me play it. So you can see price slash it, and this is exactly what happened. Similar with gold also. Now concerning this XAUUSD, this XAUUSD, I didn't actually take it because I actually set my my buy limit at this point, and you will see that price tapped into it, but on the broker that I was using, price didn't pick me up. The buy limit, I put a buy limit around this point, but the broker didn't trigger it. The broker didn't trigger my buy limit. So what I did, because I was thinking maybe it's just going to keep on going up, I just deleted the buy limit. So I didn't take it. I only took the trade on gold. So that is exactly what happened on these two trades. So that was all for XAU and XAGUSD. 1:3 on XAU, 1:3 RR on XAGUSD. And if you want to take my trades, if you want to trade with me, trade live with me, because I share all my trade on my Telegram channel. So if you want to trade live with me, make sure you check my Telegram channel and subscribe, because I'll be sending my trades there week or daily, weekly. So I'll be sending my trade setup, my trade ideas. So make sure you click the link in the bio and join now.